button, and we push the other button, and we push the other button, and we push all the buttons, and we hope that all the buttons are pushed, and if the buttons are pushed, that means the thing's going to work, and if the thing's going to work, that means people are actually going to be able to hear me today. Before the show even starts, let's adjust the microphone just a little bit there. Okay. I did take it off mute this time. I feel pretty good about myself, really. I feel like I achieved a thing. We have the card up, which is how we open the show, because I open the show that way by showing that it's open. And that's a good thing. All right. I kind of like this. It's a little bit more of a warm open than a cold open. I don't have any theme music or anything, but you know, we'll just make that happen. And hey, we're here. Fantastic. Hi. Welcome to the Thursday show, the last show of the week of the Troubadork non-commute shows, which I have apparently committed to doing Monday through Thursday, barring force majeure, which ain't a bad thing. It gives me something to do, gives y'all something to do, watching me do something for you, which is something. And that's something. This time around, I did post a call for requests, and I did get some, and so we're going to do them, and I'm going to do them, and I'm also going to try something new here. We're going to increase the production value of the Troubadork show, yes we are, by adding a thing. It's a shaker. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Holding it under the microphone, which is conveniently hidden below the sign here. So it's like a maraca. So theoretically, when you play the ukulele, the maraca that is conveniently bungee corded to your finger will provide some rhythmic accompaniment. Now this does make an assumption that the performer has some rhythm to begin with. This was about $1 on Wish.com. So, there's that. Let me see here. I'm just curious. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try it out. And in fact, we'll try it out with the first request that we have, which is, I don't think anybody's shocked by this. I'm not really shocked because everybody seems to like Possums in a Trenchcoat because it's a fun song. It was a song I wrote specifically for Texas Furry Fiesta. It was well received at TFF. And hopefully, assuming that we are allowed to do that and congregate once again, I will be congregating with them. So. Possums in a trench coat come to tea. They sit right at a table like you and me. Do they want another biscuit? Better give them 3, 'cause they're not really a gather. 6 possums in a trench coat. Rocka! Possums in a trench coat go to town. They got themselves an Uber, couldn't flag it down. The driver wouldn't stop, no, he just kept on going 'cause he didn't want to drive. 6 possums in a trench coat. Possum oppression. Possums in a trench coat see a show. Do you give them just one seat or the entire front row? Do the possums in the middle just peek out through the buttons? Man, I got so many questions for 6 possums in a trench coat. Bridge. Got there 20 minutes early, couldn't stand to be late. Everything turned out to go much better than expected, 'cause their date turned out to be 6 possums in a caftan. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. Possums in a trench coat. 6 possums in a caftan. Yes, Chris, just noticed that this was in fact Mirror in the Bathroom, only with Possums. You probably weren't here for one of the earlier shows, Chris, when I explained it, This song was inspired by my friend Cameron, who will one day see one of these videos. Hi, Cameron. Who told me that they were, in fact, 3 possums in a trench coat. And if 3 possums in a trench coat is funny, 6 possums... All right. Oh, we had a hiccup. We had a glitch. We're having some little glitchy things happening here. Thank you for staying by with us. Fortunately, that wasn't actually content or product that was going through, or maybe it was. It's hard to tell. We have some wind blowing out here in an undisclosed location in San Antonio, Texas, and it's causing some connectivity issues, although it's weird because the majority of the lines in this neighborhood are buried, but there's lines outside on the street that are not buried. So weird crap happens to those lines, and then we're just kind of messed up. Oh, let's go to the next song before anybody notices something went wrong. There we go. This is a song that I just wrote. I literally just wrote it. People are losing internet left, right, front, and center. Oh, dear. I just wrote this song based on something that I got involved in. Yes, Chris says, some of the packets just get blown away in the wind. I made a post on social media, forwarded something I thought was both accurate and amusing, and people got very angry at me. Felt called out when I hadn't been thinking of them at all. And it reminded me of the XKCD cartoon, which I'm sure you have seen, posted as a reply to something somewhere. Come to bed, I can't. Someone is wrong on the internet. And there's the point at which in these things that I just backed away, but they kept going. And it was one of those, you don't actually need me here to have this argument, do you? If not, I'm going to go make a sandwich. That's what prompted this idea. Somebody is wrong on the internet. Somebody is wrong on the internet. I got to correct them. They didn't ask me, but I gotta tell them, 'cause they are wrong. Somebody is wrong on the internet. Somebody is wrong on the internet. I got to wear them down. They are avoiding me, but I'll wear them down and prove that they are wrong. Somebody is wrong on the internet. Somebody is wrong on the internet. They think that they can avoid me. Yeah, they think that they can ignore me. But they are wrong. Somebody's still wrong on the internet. Somebody's still wrong on the internet. I'm sure that I can wear them down. Yeah, I'm sure that I can wear them down. But they are wrong. And now I've been blocked on the internet. A guy has got me blocked on the internet. I guess that means that I've won. Oh yeah, I've definitely won. 'Cause they were wrong. Somebody is wrong on the internet. Literally wrote that in the space of like 25 minutes. It's a catchy little tune, isn't it? It definitely has. I started to do something. The Prince's Kiss, but it turned out to be much more kind of. Oh, would you even say that? There's like 3 or 4 different musicians I could attribute that to. Yeah, cha-cha-cha. Yes, there is no cha-cha. Well, there is occasionally cha-cha-cha. But yes, I kind of like it. I just wrote that. I don't doubt for a moment that I will do this more. It makes extensive use of 7th chords, which I love. G7, A7, C7, D7. I mean, there's an E7. Oh, that's it. F7 even. But I don't use those. There's a B7, but I can't for the life of me do it right. I don't think. I think that was B7, yeah, which actually shows up in... B7 shows up in the 2 Jimmy Buffett tunes that I cover them. Honeydew and Pencil Thin Mustache. Pardon me for a moment. It's not coronavirus. It's phlegm. Shadow. Why no cha-cha-cha? I'll tell you about that later. Chris knows why no cha-cha-cha. But that's a piece of Sea Dog lore from way off in the depths of time. The mists of history. Long ago, far away. Wrapped in burlap. Dramatic chord. Oh, so that was the new song. I try to do like one new song every show if I can manage it, although I have done some shows that have been all covers. I really should say I try to do one original song that I wrote, because I have to. It gets it out of my head. Let's see, what am I doing next? I don't even know what I'm doing next here. Yeah, I didn't even know I was doing it next when I wrote that. Like I said, I write these stacks earlier in the day, and if I don't know what I'm going to do here, I will just put something like that. But this is actually going to be... Yep, this is going to be the 3rd song that got requested. I got 3 specific songs requested over the space of like a week and a half, which tells me that 1, Facebook posts are not the best place in the world to do this sort of thing. 2, my friends all have lives. And 4, I can't count. So this one is going to be, we're actually going to do Captain's Log. Because Kay asked for it. Kay also asked for Possums, but actually Kay seconded Possums. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog. And the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. The captain was the toughest man to ever sail the sea, until one thing finally struck him down, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is the Jolly Roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that none shall ever take his place till they find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is the Jolly Roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we looked down in the scuppers and we looked up in the ness. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jests, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is the Jolly Roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we took to the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events as written history. But no matter where we searched inside that vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is the Jolly Roving Dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the many logs that we did find, they all did look the same. But we never once found the piece of wood inspired at the captain's name. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog. I read the notes. We will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. I made a terrible mistake. I read the comments while I was singing. I really got to stop doing that. Yes, Walt. It has, in fact, drifted from Quigley's version. Walter Askew, by the way, Salty Walt of Salty Walt and the Ratlin Ratlines. Sea Shanty Singers Spectacular. That's Spanish. With an exclamation mark and an upside down one on the other side. They're out on the West Coast. They do the various and sundry celebrations of seafaring stuff that happens out there on the piers. Yeah, Quigley heard it, and he said there was some, he's interested in the change, and yeah, that's how folk music works, and I do have his permission, so it's okay. But I started to read, I glanced over and saw that Walt was on, and it's like, oh, Walt's, what is he, oh, what the heck, I'm stupid, I'm supposed to be singing a song. So that's where the kayaking incident there happened. Kay says it's not a boating accident anymore, it's a kayak incident. You just wobble over, you're going to fall over, you get back up. On, yes. Inscribed with the captain's name. You just waved at a camera that's not on. That's okay, Walt. I've done a couple of shows where I started and for a minute and a half I didn't have the microphone on. The microphone, by the way, is hiding behind this. I will show you the microphone. There's the microphone. Blue Yeti, microphone of champions, and Tobias the Adequate. There we go. Let's put that back. Now, this next song in the set is... I've done this one a couple times. Actually, I think once, maybe twice. I've noticed this. When I'm strapped for stuff, I will go back to the most recent stuff that I've done, which means I wind up repeating myself multiple times in a week. And I would prefer not to do the same song over and over every day. Of course... The punchline to that is that if I was performing this at a fair or a festival, I'd probably be doing the same songs pretty much every day. I have to keep writing them. Yeah. Yes, the Shadow brings up the fact that we did an entire 30-minute podcast segment, Shadow and I forgot to hit the record button. So that was a special day. I didn't make that mistake this time, so hey, how about that? Yeah, we got through the entire thing, and then we said, you know what, Shadow? I am an idiot. And he laughed, and I laughed, and Amy gave me a look, patted me on my big stupid head, and we'll do that more of that in a bit. So, right, monkey, right, yes. Trust me, if I could harness whatever it is in my head that writes these songs, I would, but it just has to hit. Now, fortunately, it's been hitting really frequently. Which is why I have Somebody Is Wrong on the Internet. Fair's been good to me so far. I've had the Chords to Burlap. I have, a bunch of other songs I've written recently here. I mean, it's really bizarre just how much I'm still working on, and this is a true thing that I'm working on, the completely honest and true saga of the rescue of Roger Gaffron from the insidious clutches of the aldermen of the Guild of St. Ives. A true story. That's the title. The song is a little bit longer than that. But I get to make fun of Roger Gaffron, so that's okay. But yes. Yeah, I should be able to record do the OBS thing to record as well. I barely got the card thing sorted out, so I'm going to just baby steps here. Besides, this is all of show 17. I've done 17 of these things. Isn't that weird? I'm kind of amazed, frankly, and I'm even more amazed that y'all keep watching, and I'm very grateful. So yeah, let's do this one. This is based off of the Song by Joe Walsh, whose name I completely blipped out on, which is amazing because I'm actually entirely sober and only mildly caffeinated today. This will be a shorter version of the song because I do not have the 4.5-minute guitar solo, because I am not Joe Walsh, who can pick up any stringed instrument anywhere, anytime, and make amazing music happen with it. So, let's see here. There's a lick. I'm out of bass. I got a camper, forget the price. Nowhere to park it, they tell me it's nice. I live in tents made with thin island walls. Someone has sex, well, it's enjoyed by all. Bump, bump, bump. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time. I'm moving slow, but I'll reach notes by 9. Fair's been good to me so far. My costume's made up of burlap and cloth. Takes twice as long to put on than take off. My boots are old, not so quick to put on, but I gotta wear them to go to the John. Don't quite know what I'll be doing today. The show goes on, so I just gotta play. Fair has been good to me so far. Bum, 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 bum. My hat's quite fancy with feathers and felt. Feel like my whole world's hung off my belt. Strap all this stuff on to go hit the gate. Yeah, the patrons are out there, and man, I can't wait. The play's a thing, and we've all come to play. Everybody say hooray. I mean huzzah. Hooray. It's packing years into just a few days. Fair's been good to me so far. Whew. Not bad? Not bad. Oh my goodness, we've gotten through another 4 of these shows. That's 17 shows. And the only reason I know this right now is that I can look at the date here and add one to it. I've been able to do that this whole week. Next week, I won't. Next week, we'll be at show 18, but it will be 4 days from now, so the 20th, so, you know, math is hard. So let's do the thing, shall we? First and foremost, in the event that you do want to contribute to my well-being, there are a couple of ways you can do it. If you've got spare cash, the economy is weird. We're all being quarantined people's jobs are in question, but I figure future generations might just see this and say, hey, I got disposable income and low standards, I'll give some cash to this idiot. So you can find me at paypal.me/theadequate, coffee.com/theadequate. I'm amazed no one else had that. My YouTube page is also youtube.com/mpLaguerre because The Adequate was taken. But you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/theadequate and, of course, facebook.com/Tobias the Adequate. My SoundCloud is also soundcloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre. A lot of my older stuff is recorded there, including the really obnoxious stuff I was able to do with GarageBand before Apple decided that they wanted you to do something like own a Macintosh or use one of their special supposed to reconnect it as we can manage it. Yes, they were reconnected. OBS Studio managed to maintain that. That's lovely. You can find my old shows at facebook.com/Tobias the Adequate. I do post them. There's sometimes a little bit of a delay, a day or two, because I don't have this automated and it's just me and I also still have my day job. Tobias the Adequate is, of course, the official Tobias the Adequate site. You can also buy some buttons and a book and a DVD and a couple other random things there if you feel like it. And somebody actually bought some stuff from me earlier today, which I was pleasantly surprised by. That date's right, yes. Carpe Diem Comics is the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate, the Troubadork Show, the Adequate Podcast, all that other stuff, everything related to adequacy. You can find their store at carpediemcomicsonline.square.site. Shadow was actually just going to the store to sell stuff and put stuff together and probably put some more stuff into that store. They have a lot of merchandise, not all of it's on the website. If you have something you'd like to get and you want to support Carpe Diem Comics, do drop them a line. Go to the website, send them an email saying, hey, I'm looking for this thing. And the odds are very good that Shadow has this thing and can get this thing to you. So, hey. Also, support your local comic shops, support your local craft stores, support your local everything as best you can. Times are weird, I know, but even a buck or two helps a lot. Also, buy stamps. You don't have to use them right now, but buy stamps. You can buy stamps online. The postal service is a wonderful thing. It's a magical device that allows you to put a 50-cent stamp on an envelope and send it to Alaska in 3 days. Ponder that for a moment. The cheapest you can send anything to Alaska through any other service, $8. That's hilarious. All right. Patreon.com for supporting Adequacy in our lifetimes at patreon.com/theadequate. Thank you to John and Brian and Laureen and Alysia. Alysia, I hope you're getting your money's worth. There are multiple levels. The lowest one is $1 a month, so that's $12 a year or $24 a year to support Adequacy. And if I get enough Patreon patrons, then I can more easily justify spending their money to buy things like microphones and cameras and lights and production value and crap like that. I actually did spend some of my hard-earned Patreon money on the music software that allowed me to pull the chords for Long May the Burlap Wave, which is not anywhere on the internet anymore. It's a lovely song by the Poxy Boggers. Do check them out. A bunch of old drunk fat men singing dirty, filthy songs. Prettily. It's a thing. It really is. And I think that's about it, really. It's Thursday. This is the third full week of many of us being quarantined or sheltering in place. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're holding up. Yes, and postage stamps. If you can't get to the post office, you can also buy stamps at the H-E-B. And if you're in Texas, you know what H-E-B is. If you're in South Texas, if you're not in South Texas, you may not know what H-E-B is. H-E-B is a wonderful place. It's a magical land. We'll explain that later. Y'all have been fantastic. I remain Tobias the Adequate. Still insufficiently famous, but we're getting there. Spread the word. Share this among your friends. Share it among your enemies. Confuse them. Show it to your parents. Make them wonder what the heck is going on. Y'all have been fantastic. Thank you for supporting my behavior.